Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? It's Casual706 here, back with another life hack video today. If you're like me, you probably use your phone a lot and battery's always going dead. So I've been searching around for solutions on how I could charge up my phone faster. Typically, phones come packaged with these chargers kind of like this. These plugs are actually 1 amp rated. So this is going to put out 1 amp of power. Now, some of the other chargers, this one came with my iPad. This one is actually a 2 amp charger. See, this one actually has 2.4 amp. So, in my research, what I did was I found out you could get these wall receptacles here. Now, I picked this up for about 20 bucks at Walmart. It was actually $19.99. It may vary in the area that you're in. And we see that it's a 4 amp, 20 watt charger, and it says that it charges 40% times faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this receptacle outlet. Then you've got these little connection boxes. What I'm going to do for a cord for this is I've got a looks like this used to be a PlayStation or a computer plug. I actually had this laying around the house, but if you go to like Goodwill or swap meets or anything like that, you could probably get this for $1 or so. So I'm going to use this for my actual cord to plug up my charger. Alright, now a couple of tools that you'll need. I've got some wire cutters here, obviously, to cut the wire. A screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, which we'll use to screw in the screws to put the receptacle into the box and to tighten up the wires on the lug nuts on the receptacle. And I also have a razor. We're just going to use the razor to kind of trim back on wire and what have you to get wire exposed to hook up to the receptacle. Alright, so the first thing that we'll do is with my cord here, this is the end that we're going to be plugging in. And this is the end that formerly went to a computer or a PlayStation or whatever it was. I don't know. I've got a big junk box of wires around the house, so I can't remember specifically what it was coming from. Alright, so since we're going to need this end to plug in, we're going to chop off the other end so that we can get some wires to hook up to our receptacle. Now, I'm going to go ahead and chop it off right at the very end of this thing because I want to keep as much wire as I can. This is going to give me about 3 feet or so to hook up to the outlet. And once I have that head cut off, we'll go ahead and throw that away. Alright, we're going to skim back some of this wire here. Now, I'm going to go about it's probably a little over 1 inch here that I'm doing right before the end of the wire. Okay. Alright, so you're going to end up with these 2 wires here in my case. If you use a 3-prong plug, you're going to have a copper wire that'll come out that's unexposed. That's just your common ground, or neutral, whatever they may call it. Alright, now I'm also going to score this wire a little bit up here. Now I'm not going to need much to make a connection. I'm just going to lightly spin this wire cutter around it here. We're going to twist those up so that there's no little wires poking out or anything. We spin both of those and you're just going to get these 2 little connection points. Alright, now this box, like I say, comes with nails to go into wall studs in your home. I'm not actually going to use these nails, so you can go ahead and pull these out. Pull that one out. This top one is a little too tough for me here. I'm just going to leave the top one in, but if you're using this in the portable aspect like I am, you'd be taking the nails out. I'm going to pull that out at a later time. I don't actually have a hammer with me to pry this out. On the back, you'll have a couple of different tabs. Now, depending on where you get your box or what you get, you might have different spots on the sides or whatever. But generally, you're going to have these openings on the back here. Now, these they just have little pieces that are holding that in. So you can just take your screwdriver and we're going to knock out one of these. You see, it just spins around real easy. Gives room for the wire to come in. We're going to take our wire that we skimmed up here and we're going to tuck that down through this hole like that. and we're going to have it come through the front. You can go ahead and pull it all the way through if you want to, so you can comfortably deal with the outlet. You just end up with the wire coming through the back here like that. Alright, so I got my wires going through the box, and here's my ends exposed. Alright, so we see that at the bottom of the outlet, usually these screws are colored green. That's going to be for your ground wire. We don't, in my case, I don't actually have a ground wire, so I'm not going to mess with that at all. Now on our sides here, we have a hot side right over here, which is where we're going to put our black wire. And then on this side, we have our neutral side, which is our white wire. So we're going to go ahead and put the wires into those. Now since I'm using stranded wire, I'm just going to put it around the posts themselves. So this black one is going to be for the hot side. We're going to have to open up the screw a little bit here. Or is it open already? Okay. Alright, so I will have to tuck the wire down into there. You just we'll make sure it's spun real good. And we'll put it all the way down into the hole so that no copper wire is exposed at all. So once it's all the way in that hole, we can tighten up the screw to hold the wire in place. And it's going to be turning right to tighten it in. And you want to make sure it's good and snug, because you don't want these wires tugging out for any reason. Just like that. And then on the other side, which is the neutral side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stick that wire down into one of those posts. Again, making sure that none of the copper is exposed here. We got that all the way in. And we're going to tighten the screw down by turning to the right. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's what my dad taught me. Alright, so we want to make sure that's good and snug there. And essentially, our charger is almost complete here. Now in this box, you got 2 screw posts up at the top. And on most outlets, you're going to have 2 screws that come with the outlets. So we're just going to go right on into the box housing. The screws will line up with those 2 screw holes I just showed. And we're going to tighten those screws down. Again, we're going to turn those to the right. Alright, now one thing I forgot. I was assuming that the outlet came packaged with a faceplate. Now these are also at Walmart. These are real cheap. You're probably not going to spend more than 50 cents for it or whatever. I was assuming that the outlet, given how much it cost, would come packaged with one. So in this case, you're going to need one that has a square opening. And it'll just go right over the front of it like that. That's just to cover up the side so you can't reach in and mess with the wires or anything. Now these are also screwed in with just two little flathead screws. So we'll go ahead and pop those in real quick. So this is what you're going to get here. Face plates on it, everything's all secure. You can pull that off if you want. You can pull barcodes off if you got them on your boxes or whatever. Whatever you want to do to spice it up. You could paint it if you want to. Would cover up the faceplate if you decide to do any kind of painting or anything. But what I've got here now is a on-the-spot charger. I can just plug up to any outlet, and it has 4 amps worth of power to charge 2 different devices, and it also has these 2 little plug sockets. And this will effectively charge a phone 40% faster. Now I've actually made one of these already that I've been using at home, and from what I've seen, I can generally go from like 3% battery to 100% battery in under an hour or so. So these do charge phones a lot faster than these typical brick things that they give you with the phones, or that they sell at the stores. If you like the video, please like. If you have any questions or anything you need help with yours, feel free to leave those in the comment section. I'll do my best to try to help everybody out. And if you like the video, man, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to my channel in the near future for more life hacks, game hacks, or Transformer unboxing videos. Alright, appreciate the view, guys. Casual706 out.